Hi, we just watched Laura Cesari at Maker Faire 2007, and she's going to give us a little more background about her and how she got into this crazy business.
Definitely. Well, let's start from the beginning. I started out working with neon, and I absolutely love, my artwork. The focus of my artwork is kind of working on these sort of enchanted everyday objects. So, I love gallery art and, paintings and, sculptures and things like that, but I feel like when something is an everyday object that's a little bit more special, a little bit magical, it really connects with people a little bit better. And people get sort of a sense of wonder and fascination when they see something that's a dress or a chair or, a car that, does something crazy that you don't expect. So I started out with working with neon, and this is one of my first neon pieces. This is an armchair, and it's got an acrylic shell, and inside it has these neon tubes, and everything is connected to the shell with zip ties. You can't use any electrical or any metal parts with the neon because it creates an electrical field, and it would actually shock the person who wanted to sit in the chair if there were metal parts on it. So everything's plastic except for the circuitry. And this piece is, basically it's these acrylic pieces, and if you look over here you can see a little bit more of a detail. These are bundles of neon. So this is a proper neon tube. It's glass with this is technically argon and mercury. Neon makes red, argon makes purple. If you add mercury, it makes blue. And so I bundled it up with plastic tubing. This is clear plastic tubing going with it. Just to give it a little bit more diffused look, so it kind of illuminates the plastic tubing as well and gives it a little bit more, weight, kind of. And so this piece was great, and again, you can sit on it. It supports a very heavy person. I made it very, very strong. It's got these little supports. It's hard to see the pillars, but there's these are also plastic that I spray painted silver, so they look metal, but they're plastic. This is another piece that I did with proper neon, again, argon mercury. And this one also has like some beads and like chains, and the top part, this is a jellyfish, and I made a big flock of them. And this has a glass body up at the top. I also do glass blowing, so I made these sort of organic shaped glass bodies for the jellyfish, and then their tentacles are neon and plastic tubes and wires and beads. And that's them in a gallery exhibition. And for the piece that I showed today, you can see here, this is some of the details. This is the seam, so you can see how the wires go into the dress. Over here is how they come out on the inside. And then that's the electrical garter that holds the power supply and the battery. I can also show you that on the real dress too. I don't know if you want to see that. So here we go. Here's the work. If you look up close, you can see the stitches are kind of far apart. And all the edges are loose. So instead of it having a hard edge, everything's curved. And also you'll notice it's a little bit loose, so that, when the fabric moves, you're not going to put the EL wire under stress. Then when we get over here, here's the seam. So that's a very natural place for the EL wire to go into the dress. On the inside, here's the wire. And then here is the garter. And this just goes right around under your knee or above your knee, depending on, what height it is on the dress. And let's see, you want to see any of these other ones? We've got a couple of other pictures. Great. I don't know if you want to get some of those. Yeah. So you can get an idea here of the variance of the color.
It's really beautiful. So what projects are you headed to do next?
Oh, next I'm working on, I've got a necklace here. Actually, I'll put this on for you guys. So it's got Velcro in the back. I love Velcro. And this particular necklace I have, if you look in the back here, the batteries are sort of in a little pouch.
Oh.
And that's also Velcro, so you can open that up to change the battery. And I have this little kind of scarflet that comes with it that you can wrap around. And in the dark, it makes, it kind of illuminates the whole thing. So again, in the light, it's a little bit harder to see, but it does create that kind of soft variance that I think is really nice. And it's not something you're used to. You're used to seeing lights being kind of, the lights being kind of naked, like neon signs or, you know, that kind of thing. And if you give it something to kind of diffuse it a little bit, so like this beadwork will diffuse the light and give it sort of a gem look, like a kind of an enchanted jewel. And yeah, when you've got some fabric around it, it ends up kind of illuminating the whole thing, and it has a very pleasing kind of glamorous look to it. You know, or you can wear it without the scarf, and it's got a little bit more of like a cyberpunk look to it too. So either way it works.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Yeah, it's good to be here. Good to talk to you.